little wenches. Today I am hosting some friends. We're gonna have them over just for a low-key like board game card night, and I'm just gonna show you how I prep my house for having people over. I abide by the 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. I try and cover all those bases when I'm having people over at my house so that people feel cozy, comfortable, and they have a really good time. So let's go back in time to what I did this morning. Warm welcome to you, my wonderful wenches. Happy whatever day of the week it is that you're watching this to you. And happy Friday to me. I'm bringing you along today because it's crusty hour up in this place. And we're having friends over tonight. So we're gonna do some cleaning. We got our crusty uniform on. I am first gonna start though with making, potpourri. I think it's potpourri. I'm so hyper aware of the way that our house smells when new people come over because we're nose blind to it, right? Like it's our house and we have 2 dogs and these buns stink. And this big booty stinks. I've cut up the fruits. I typically go for fruits that look a little depressed. You know, the ones that are maybe like, you wouldn't maybe eat because they're a little almost mushy, not like rotten. Don't use rotten, don't do that. But like if she has a little bruise on her or something, we can still use her. You might not eat it, but we can still put it in our potpourri. So I'm making an apple cider potpourri. So we're just going for all the cozy vibes. This is number 1 of our 5 senses within hosting. So first we're going for the old sniffer, smell. This one is so easy. It does not require expensive candles or diffusers. Do I like candles and diffusers? Yeah, but today we're going for a more natural, soft fragrance just because that feels really cozy. It's rainy outside, so it's really cloudy, overcast. It's a little bit cold. I walked outside and it was like super misty. It's November, so we're just feeling all the cozy vibes today. So we're gonna make our house feel all the cozy vibes. I love making my house cozy for myself and especially for other people, to make them feel welcome and happy and like they could take a nap on my couch. I love that. We're gonna take 2 sliced apples, and drop those bad boys in here. Next, we're gonna drop in some sliced lemon. Do not judge me by the aesthetics of my sliced lemon, okay? I do not give a dump how cute my lemons look in there because they smell cute, okay? This one we really had trouble with. I need to sharpen my knives. So this is what she looks like already. So cute and cozy looking. Let's count how many times I say cozy in this video. The recipe says to put 2 cinnamon sticks in here. If you don't have cinnamon sticks, I've also just used ground cinnamon, the spice. Just like kind of eyeballing it. This does not have to be exact. And then the recipe says 3 whole cloves. So we're just gonna do like maybe a teaspoon. And all you do is add water to the pot. And I typically like to start with filling the water pretty high because the whole point of this is we're just gonna let it like low simmer on the stove all day, really low heat. The more water you start with, the less frequently you have to fill up the boiled down water, right? If you start with halfway, it'll boil down a lot faster than if it's really full. So we're gonna start with her really full, and then every time I just fill it up to close to the top. I don't want it to be at the top because I don't want it to like bubble over or anything. Typically it doesn't because the temperature is so low, but just a little PSA, that's what I feel like is good. And now we work on the second sense, sight, which is a large part of cleaning. We're just gonna dust and we're gonna chom. If you don't know what a chom is, I'm gonna show you. It will change your life. And then we're just gonna kind of generally pick up around this place because we got a lot of miscellaneous items floating around. I always try to clean my house from top to bottom, meaning you're not gonna clean the floors before you wipe the kitchen counters off because you're gonna wipe crumbs onto the floors, most likely. So that's why I'm starting with dusting first, starting literally from top on the wall. And then I'm gonna pick up, chom, and then the last thing I'm gonna do is clean the floors. That way, as the dust literally settles, and then as I'm wiping dog hair off of things, it'll go to the floor, and then very last, we'll suck it all up with a vacuum and say bye-bye to all of Scout's hair clumps. time to get this beefcake's hair off of the couch. Is she allowed on the couch? No. Is her hair still on the couch? Yes. How? Don't ask me. Okay, trigger warning, dog hair. I just chomped the couch, the little ottoman, and the rug in the living room. That's it. This thing was empty beforehand. Okay, ready? No. We're now going to do my least favorite, but the most important, according to my nose, part of the cleaning process. Just find that it smells so much less dog-esque when I clean the floors. I just got this reusable cover and I like it because it's like not textured, like stretchy on the little stripes. So I feel like it's gonna scrub better. And then it also has a microfiber side. And I just like that it's reusable and then I can use like different floor cleaning things. I personally just prefer to use warm water and vinegar to clean the floors. I know it'll smell vinegary for a second, but vinegar is like neutralizing when it comes to odors and things like that. And then it's also antibacterial and it's pet safe. Dogs don't like the smell of it, but it's not toxic like a lot of cleaners are. Anywhere where dogs remotely may be, I just don't want to clean it with anything that could be harmful to them. We got sight, we got smell, and now we need taste. I try to always have some kind of drink at the house, whether that be sparkling water or I just got this little cocktail cart that I've always wanted, a little bar cart. So I like things to make like a simple cocktail or wine, depending on the person that's coming over, if I know what their preference is. Like at our old house, if my friends are pregnant, I'm obviously not gonna have wine for them. I would make sure they have like, they love Olippops or Poppy, like the prebiotic sodas, things like that. I just like try and be intentional about what I have to taste, whether that be like a little snack or a bevy or something. And if I know, awesome. If not, I just try and pick something that I know like I like and is like pretty neutral, like sparkling water. So like I have some lemon lime sparkling water in the fridge. But today we're having friends over to play board games and we're gonna eat some pizza. If you've ever had Detroit style pizza, if you've never had it, please do yourself a favor and try. It is immaculate. It is so good. It's like really fluffy, thick crust. It's not like deep dish pizza where it's like the toppings and then a tiny little crust. This one is like thick, fluffy, delicious, bready crust. Oh, it's amazing. But I'm gonna make a little side salad and I just have some like beverages and stuff. So the salad that we're gonna make, found it on Google. It's supposed to be like an apple harvest salad and it looks really easy. I'm gonna make the dressing first so it has a time to just like vibe, the ingredients can get to know each other a little bit better. And then I'll put together the salad. We're just gonna ish our way through the measurements of these ingredients and I am missing one of them, but I think it'll still taste really good. So it starts with 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. I like my dressings, it's a vinaigrette, so it's supposed to be vinegary. I like it to be like bite me back a little bit. Great, now we need a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, Looks good. A tablespoon of apple butter, optional. I'm not gonna do that because I don't have that. 2 teaspoons of honey or maple syrup. We've got honey. And then it says a tablespoon of fresh thyme leaves. I don't have fresh thyme or even dried leaves, but I do have ground thyme. So we're just gonna go a little bit less because I know that ground is more potent. We'll do probably like a teaspoon of thyme. And then it also says fresh sage. Don't have sage, but that's okay. I think it'll still be very yum. And then we're just gonna do black pepper and some salt. Now we're gonna make the magic. 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds. Sure. Half a cup of crumbled feta. The recipe calls for raw pecans, but I only have praline pecans, and I've been using these praline pecans on my other apple harvest salad that I've been eating, so these will be fine. This is a 1/4 cup. Then the recipe calls for other weird ingredients that I'm not putting in here, like prosciutto. I'm just not a prosciutto girly. Gonna add my apples. Okay, I'm just gonna toss this with my hands before I add the avocado, because the avocado will definitely smash itself up all over the place. So I'm just gonna like mix it before that. You ever overmix your salad and then all the goodies end up at the bottom and it literally just looks like a bowl of lettuce? I think I just did that. Okay, we're gonna top with the avocado. Because we lost some friends to the bottom of the bowl, I'm just gonna sprinkle the top with a couple pumpkin seeds so it doesn't look so lonely up top. Yeah, and maybe a little feta. When I was younger, I used to always pretend like I was on the Food Network when I was making like cinnamon toast. And it just really, we've leveled up. We're on our mini Food Network here. But like, look how yummy she is. Hey little mama, how you doing? Yes. Feel/touch is kind of hard. The way that I typically try to provide for this when I'm hosting for people is by having throw blankets, just like readily available, something really cozy when they sit on the couch. And I like to put the drinks that I always have, the seltzer water, whatever, sitting on the island. I don't know about you, but like sometimes if I'm at somebody's house that I've never been to before and I'm like kind of nervous, or there's just like a lot of people and you're overstimulated, I like to have something to do with my hands. And so I just like to have something to like put in someone's hands when they walk in the door. That way they like already have that. They feel more comfortable if they're like feeling anxious, because I totally understand that. And so I'm like just trying to think ahead if like somebody isn't feeling cozy, happy, if they're nervous for whatever reason, I give them something to do with their hands by having a little beverage ready. The living room right now is not giving cozy vibes. It's giving dark and scary. So natural instinct would be to turn on overhead lighting, right? But wait. It's just, it does its job, but not very well. It's still dark and it doesn't feel cozy. So I'm a super big advocate of ambiance lighting, like not using overhead lighting if I can help it. And the kitchen is different, but in here, there's so many spaces that I have the opportunity to just like put cozy lighting in. So instead of just using that light, let me show you the difference between overhead lighting and cozy lighting. This little lamp over here, it's a salt lamp. This you can change how bright it is or the color. And then this is just like a yellow lampshade, so it's just cozier. So this is part of the site. I'm not saying you have to have a beautiful apartment. I'm not saying you have to know how to decorate, but it's just like cleaning. People see dog hair clumps on the floor, and for me that gives me the ick. And then also just cozy site vibes. The last thing that we need to do, and certainly not least, is address the sound. This is our 5th and final sense, and this one, honestly, I think is one of the more important ones because it keeps the cozy vibes going all night long. I typically set up a little Bluetooth speaker, hide it behind my TV, and then I just set my phone to shuffle any kind of music that the night necessitates. So like tonight is a chill board game, so I might play some like Jack Johnson-esque coffee house vibe music. That's like my typical go-to. It's just like some good coffee house jazz, low key, really cozy, but still upbeat, optimistic, because we're not having a little rager up in here. We're just having a nice cozy little evening. I love you. Thank you for being here. I hope that you can use some of these little hosting tips and tricksies I got up my sleeve, or just things that I try and think about when I'm hosting. I hope that you can use them. So have a great time hosting, yourself or other people. I'm off to go probably loose playing some board games, and I love you. Thanks so much for being here. There's 6,001 other videos on the internet that you could be watching, or things that you could be doing with your life. And if you made it this far in my video, I'm really grateful that you stuck around. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you in our little online community next time. Bye.